And my next guest this afternoon on Central Valley Talk is Perry Jensen from VASA, the Valley Arts and Science Academy, out there at the Ted Wills Center, behind the Ted Wills Center.
Behind Ted C. Wills.
Between Olive and Belmont on San Pablo.
We're on Glen. Ted's on San Pablo, we're on Glen.
Behind the Ted Wills Center.
You'll find us. You get there, you'll see us.
All right. Today, Perry wants to tell us about a program called SHINE. And is that an acronym for something?
Well, you've got Tony Sanders, who's been in the local area for the last several years, but Tony is our performing arts teacher. He's one of the really grounding forces that got us to the point that we could have our spring concerts over at the Warner's Theater. And he brought SHINE up from L.A. with him when he came into the area. So it's a youth theater program. They just did an event over at Fresno State over at the summertime, and then did Island Blue Dolphins at the Tower just a while back.
Nice.
But what they're doing now is incorporating SHINE into our after-school program. So what people can start seeing at the after-school program at the Valley Art and Science Academy is not just that you have your typical, most schools have your after-school program. We're also incorporating yoga, 4-H, FFA components, the SHINE program. We've also had San Joaquin Valley Guild of Organists is opening up their first after-school organ school with us. So we've got a lot happening.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a trip.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
VASA is not your typical school.
No.
It's a charter school.
It's a charter.
Yeah. With a focus on
Arts and science.
And science, yes.
Yes.
And a lot of other things. I mean, yoga.
Well, but if you look at it, it's part of physical education, which falls under the science category.
Yeah. Well, I love yoga. I do yoga. So, I mean, I'm amazed to see you can get elementary school kids to do it.
Well, I think you have to go back, and I've told you before, some people will say, well, if you want to come to our school where you can visit at this time to this time. I practically live there. You want to come?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Just walk in.
You'll see that the artwork there is not adult artwork. The artwork that's up on our walls is all artwork done by our students.
Done by the kids.
And that's just the whole point. It's about the kids, for the kids, to make sure that our students learn what it takes to become a social citizen in the Fresno area. You're going to see our students have artwork in the tower. Our students have shows that they do with the Sheboygan and the Soroyan. We've got a show coming up with Kajol here in just a matter of weeks. And we're also going to be out there with the Fresno County Office of Ed on the 29th for the big Fresno Arts gathering with the county. And we're also, in that event, we're working with the Fresno Arts Rotary, SHINE, and VASA is combining all of our efforts to make one big ta-da there.
When do you sleep?
I don't. But I'm having fun.
Hey, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh, no, I'm at a school where we have fun. I've been blessed with the fact of having people that are there because they want to be. They do a phenomenal job with the children. And it's the thing that when you're out there, because I'm out there every morning to say, hey, welcome. And parents are always like, we had a great time. We've got, well, if people see the pictures, we've got Evo Bluestein coming in February. He comes to the school every year, teaches the children about folk dancing, and then we have one big barn dance in the Ted C. Wills Gymnasium at the close of the time that he's with us. We have fun.
What a concept, huh? At school?
It's great. And then we've got other two young ladies, Wacky Wendy and Crazy Karen. They run our rally programs. And we've got Family Fright Night coming up here October 30th. I mean, I love going to work because you never know what's going to happen, but you know it's always going to be fun.
Yeah. And I think you touched on this a little bit, but the difference, another of the differences between a regular school and a charter school is you're not assigned to the charter school. You choose to go to the charter school.
Everybody and you can look at it from teachers and everybody. Our teachers are all at will. They're there because they want to be. All of our students are there because they want to be. It's not just because that was the assigned area for them to have to go to.
Right.
So everybody, literally, everybody that is there because they want to be, not because they have to be. And there's a lot to be said for that.
Absolutely. Did you wanted to talk about Fresno State also, things you're involved with them? Or?
Well, it's just the fact that SHINE is getting everywhere. And that's the whole thing with what we are doing. We're doing things to make sure that our children are learning how to perform, how to speak publicly, how to get their points across. Far too often times your children are going to graduate from high school and they're still going to be afraid to make their opinions known. That's really not a problem for a VASA child.
I'm just curious, at VASA, how do you handle kids and their cell phones? Do you ask them to put them away at the beginning of the day, or how do you handle
We
it?
have very little issue with that because we keep things interesting. I'm not going to say that we don't have a problem, but we approach it as an adult. Why did you do that? Is there a better way that it could have been done? Even our discipline system is called restorative justice. But we're not going to sit there and it's not all punishment. It's about sitting down and rationalizing and reasoning out why the event took place. So we sit down and discuss it. Now, granted, some children every once in a while are going to end up having to go home because they did violate California State Education Code. But for most things, it's to sit down and say, could this have been done better? And most children are very, very capable of saying, yeah, I blew it.
So
I
there's
could have
no
done this
set
better.
policy on cell phones, like put them away before the class starts, or?
Well, you don't want them out there, blah, blah.
Right.
But, I mean, we do request them to be adult, maybe better than adult, and at least be, civil about the use of it and know and learn there's a right time, there's a wrong time.
The reason I'm asking is because of the incident at Roosevelt a couple of weeks ago, where a teacher asked a student to put her cell phone away. She got up and punched the student or the teacher in the face, and I think has been either suspended or expelled.
I would say punching a teacher probably got you expelled.
I would hope so, but I mean, you hope it would never get to that point. But that was the reason I asked.
But I think if you go back and again, if anybody comes onto the campus, they're going to see that there's a lot of interaction. There's always that effort on the parts of teachers to make sure that they are talking with the students, not talking at the students. So when you've got
Big
an
difference.
environment where children know that they're respected, know that they're heard, know that their opinion matters, you've already cut half of those issues out.
Good philosophy. Perry Jensen from VASA, the Valley Arts and Science Academy. He's not kidding. You can go down to the campus anytime. Walk in and say, show me around,
Yeah.
and you will be glad to do it.
The other night I left at 10 o'clock. I'm not saying that they want to come at 10 o'clock because nobody but me is going to be there, but hey,
During school hours,
well, preferably.
preferably. Perry, thank you so much. Good seeing you
Oh,
again.
thank you.
Perry Jensen, VASA Elementary, right here on Central Valley Talk.